Right now to the landmark case between two tech giants of the smartphone market. Apple awarded a $1 billion judgment over Samsung, and it's certainly a case that could have a huge impact on all future phone designs. And we're joined by Anthony Slater from Cybershack. G'day, Anthony.
Hi, how are you?
Very, very well, mate. Exactly why was this case awarded in Apple's favour? What's been copied?
Yeah, look, basically, there's been a really long-going legal bitter dispute, really, between Samsung and Apple over various things. But the nutshell, really, of it is that Apple is saying, our phones and our tablets are doing so well. Samsung went, well, we can't compete, so let's copy as much as we can. Everything from sort of the shape of the device to having the rounded corners, just having a single button on the home screen here. Or, you know, really sort of, I guess, some pretty fundamental things about these devices. They were saying Samsung decided, look, let's just copy them because they're the best and they're selling the most. You
deal with these things all the time. Do you think that they are ultra familiar to you when you switch between them?
Look, I think they are, but I think it's just the case with consumer technology in general, that as soon as somebody starts doing something which works better and that consumers like, then others kind of fall into line. I mean, TVs, there's not a huge variance there. Phones are becoming more and more similar, and I guess these tablets are as well. I mean, it's kind of the case, like, you know, every laptop almost has, you know, a screen and a keyboard that's sort of the same. That's just the shape they take. And for Apple to come out and say, no, we have the rights to a rectangle and we have the rights to rounded corners, I think, you know, some people out there think it's a little bit extreme. Yeah,
well, I guess, you know, they face competition all the time, but particularly from Samsung. Samsung's really taking market share from them, isn't it?
They actually are, yeah. I mean, it was funny, the PR release that Apple came out with said, look, this isn't about the money, this is just about doing what's right and our values and our innovation. But in reality, the last quarter, Samsung sold more phones than Apple, and in the smartphone market as well. Worldwide, actually, Samsung are selling a hell of a lot more. Apple are really profitable, sure, and they're really popular in Australia. So, but there's definitely feeling the heat, I think, from Samsung and some of these other players that are coming up through the ranks.
So this case, do you think it's going to stifle development or competition? Does it cement Apple at the top of the tree?
Look, it's difficult to say. I mean, Samsung aren't going to take this lying down. They've already said they're going to appeal and they're going to try as hard as they can to overturn this case. They've got 50 lawsuits happening around the world in 10 countries. So this case affects the US, which is the biggest market, but cases in the UK have sided not with Apple. They've actually made Apple apologise and vice versa. So it's far from over, but I think there is that risk of it stifling competition. Apple have got a lot of money and they can fight this to the last man.
I'm going to put you right on the spot.
Yeah.
At the price point, which is the better one?
Look, in the tablets, I'd go for the Apple iPad still. The iPad 3 is pretty good. In the phones, though, the Samsung Galaxy S3, I've been pretty impressed with. For me, it's a little bit too big. You know, it's sort of a little bit fumbly to hold, but the features actually, I think, are creeping ahead of Apple. We'll see what the next iPhone has, though, in store when that's released in a month or so.
All right, they keep surpassing each other. We're the beneficiaries, really, in the end.
It's great, exactly. I'm happy.
Thanks very much. Thanks, Cam.